All right, what's up, my brothers? The title of this one is Failing the Loyalty Test. I've seen a version of this done many times, and if we're being absolutely honest with ourselves, most women in an environment or a circumstance like this, which I'll break down for you in a moment, will fail this loyalty test. So you're married, you're engaged, you have a fiance, girlfriend, doesn't matter what it happens to be. I've seen guys try this loyalty test to see how committed their woman is to them. And I'll play the video and I'll tell you why, again, most women would fail this and what to do about it.
This is why I cannot trust women. Some guy messaged me and he said, "Hey man, I want you to do a loyalty test on my girlfriend." So he goes to me in Greek. He wants to continue and pursue this relationship, but he's unsure. So he wants to make sure she's loyal. I go to him, "I got you on this one, bro." So he sent me her Instagram. I went on her profile. She looked like an innocent girl. I messaged her. I go to her, "Hey." She goes, "Hey." Off the bat, she responded to me. Red flag. How should they go in love? I'm resting, blah, blah, blah. She's engaging in a conversation. I sent him the messages. He said, "Keep going." I go, "Where are you from?" She responded, "We're talking." I had the same plans to come to Greece because I told her I was in Greece. So then the conversation continues. "You come to Romania, I'll come to Greece. What big plans you already have for me?" Oh, she's down with it. She put that angel emoji. She is not a good girl. This is when my heart broke. I sent him the messages again. He goes, "Please continue, please. I can barely hold my tears right now. I was working hours to provide for her for some good holidays." So he also sent me a conversation between them two. She sent him this meme. She's probably talking to someone else, me. Long story short, the conversation continued. She's talking about planning to hang out with me. And at the end, she goes, "You're already making cocktails for me to come over?" I'm just glad I opened this guy's eyes and he didn't pursue this girl.
There you have it, guys. And again, like I said, if I'm being absolutely honest here, most women out there would fail a loyalty test if a guy that was of high value slid into their DMs on social media. It's not a good look for women, but it's who they are. It's how they're hardwired. It's how they behave. It's called hypergamy. We've dealt with this many times before. We're going to deal with it again in this video. All that hypergamy means is that a woman wants the absolute best that she can get. You must satisfy her hypergamous nature as a man if you want to keep her around. See, people are always like, "Well, how do you keep a woman loyal? How do you get her to stick to you? You know, I don't want her to step out on me. I don't want her to cheat on me. I've had that happen before. It really hurts, blah, blah, blah." I get it. Trust me. Been there, done it, got the t-shirt. But the thing at the end of the day is there's only one way to ensure a woman is going to be loyal to you, and that's if she looks at you every day and thinks to herself, "Damn, this guy's fine. I can't do any better than him. I am so lucky to have this man in my life, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with him." And that repeats day after day after day. The grim reality of relationships, though, is that's really not how things unfold over time. Especially over time, because as we all know, familiarity breeds contempt amongst couples. The more time you spend together, the longer you are together, the more difficult it is for you to keep her looking at you every day, or to have her wake up every day and look at you and think to herself, "This man's fine. I want to be with that forever." As he walks out of the room, and she thinks to himself, "Yeah, I'd wear his ass as a hat," basically. This is the kind of gal that does exist, but I'm going to say it's almost fleeting. The reason why the vast majority of women would fail that test is because you take an average gal. This is a woman from Moldova. He's a Greek guy, an average Greek guy that's working hard to provide for her, to take her on vacations and the like and that sort of stuff. And he wants to loyalty test her with a hot Greek stud with a massive social media following. Of course she's going to fail it. I mean, you're setting her up for her to fail that test. I'm going to say 90 to 95% of gals would probably respond to a guy, especially if he's good looking, young, popular, has a large audience. She might already follow him. I would suspect that the part that got left out in this video is that there's some element of this guy that wanted a loyalty test his Moldovan girlfriend, where he knew that his girlfriend was probably paying attention to this particular social media influencer, this Greek stud, maybe followed his stuff, maybe sent some of his stuff to her boyfriend in the past. And he thought to himself, "You know what? I'm going to reach out to Zeus here and say, hey, do me a favor and loyalty test my girlfriend." And of course she's going to fail something like that. I mean, look at the guy. He's a Greek stud, neck tattooed, large social media influence. He's funny as shit. I've seen his stuff before. He's actually quite good. And, you know, he goes back and forth, and there you go. I mean, you put just about any woman in that scenario, and it's very unlikely that she's going to fail. You want to know she's a really good woman, like an awesome one? Loyalty tests a woman with a higher value guy and she says no, or I'm not interested, or I'm engaged. Now you know you got yourself an absolute keeper. But I think if I'm being absolutely honest with you guys, that's going to be less than 5 to 10% of the female population. The vast majority of women, given an opportunity to cheat on a guy that she's committed to with a much higher value man that may be better looking, may be taller, definitely more influential if he's a social media influencer like this guy, are definitely going to take up on the opportunity to connect with him and do it completely behind his back. I've seen this many times before. You will keep seeing this many, many more times into the future. It is a feature, not a bug of female nature. I want to explain that before I wrap up. For women, for the human species, let me go to that. For the human species to be as successful as it has been over millions of years, it requires women to securely lock down the best guy that they can get. It would spell certain doom for women if they were to invite a guy that is poor, incompetent. Like, you go back 1,000 years. If you couldn't hunt or protect the family and the offspring from invading tribes or other warriors, then that's it. That's the end. That's the end of your bloodline as a woman. So women have evolved to be hypergamous, to select the best or the highest value guy they can possibly lock down and secure him by having his children. This is how it works. And you can't fault them for that. Does it suck? Yeah. You know, does the guy that wants to provide and work hard to take her on vacation, all that stuff, feel let down? Is his heart broken? Of course, because she's about to step out on him and cheat with this Greek stud. But any woman, the vast majority of them anyway, put in that scenario, would do just about the same thing. You guys let me know what you think of this situation. You ever been in this before? You ever been loyalty tested or tested somebody's loyalty in a similar way? Drop a comment below and let me know what it is that you've done and how you did it. And check out the top link. There's a bunch of useful stuff there that you need to check out. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.